What's up, y'all? I am Tara M. Williams. This is another episode of the Tea Time with Tara show where you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Put things in their proper place. And when you put things in their proper place, then you're able to see how much more time you have to focus on other things. And if your professional life, if your business life, if you're trying to make a life for yourself, if those things are not in order, then stop rushing to the comfort of a dependent person. Stop rushing to lean on someone else if you are not taking care of your own situation, your own life. And that's a really, really big distraction because we all want and need the social connection in terms of another person, in terms of love and endearment, those types of things, companionship. We need those things, but put them in proper place. And there's a saying, I think I've said it before, do what you have to do so that you can do what you want to do. Today, our guest, Miss Ashanti, and no, not Nelly's boo, y'all, but she's somebody's boo, okay? Uh, Miss Ashanti chose for what she needed along the way to stalk her destiny routine. So we're gonna get right into it. Hey, girl, thank you
Hey
for being
girl,
here.
thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about you. Anything you want to let the audience know about who you are or what you do in the community.
Well, I am a St. Louis native. I've lived all over the county and the city. I mean, my kids are adults. Do you say you're a single parent when they're grown now? Because, like, technically, I'm not a single parent anymore. Because, like,
I think you're just a mother of two.
perfect mother of two. Okay. And I am the CEO of GreenGirlStl, which is a cannabis business. I work with both THC and CBD. I consult and also I'm a cannabis caregiver. So I make all types of products. I have my own relaxation line.
Yes.
I was
Get with the
featured
relaxation. Okay.
I was featured in the Riverfront Times in June this year for my CBD relaxation line, but
hmm
I also I'm out and about recreationally. So for people that need assistance with that fine line, I am there to help. And I'm a
Awesome.
huge part of the cannabis community, which is quite large.
Okay. Awesome. So, why is routine something you need along the way to stalk? Not something, but what you need along the way to stalking your destiny.
So here's the thing. I knew that my business was gonna be something I'm all in for, but I still work,
hmm
like many of us do. And once I lose my routine, I lose everything.
Okay.
So I'm busy from the time I wake up to the time I make it back in my house, whenever that may be. And one little thing can throw everything off.
Okay.
So I need a bit of structure to make sure that I'm on task and that I can complete my task. I can't be there for anyone if I don't have that structure. So for me, I need a certain routine. And anything that deviates from that routine kind of explodes all over the place.
Well, yeah, I get that because of my OCD.
Yeah.
So I need a routine, but I had to learn how to honor my routine as well as incorporate flexibility for me, not for others.
Mhm.
But so that when I want to deviate, I can say, okay, I can do this tomorrow. I can
Yeah.
deviate tomorrow. Or put it in its proper place,
Yes.
you know. And so with routine on our journey, how did you figure out what worked best for you?
It I'm still working towards that 'cause that changes.
Mhm.
So, initially, when I started doing this before I started having more regular spots to be at, I had Monday was my day for rest. I had a workout schedule.
Yeah.
I work from home, so I used to be able to do things differently. I can bake all night or create all night and cut it off at this time. Yeah, that's not an option anymore.
Now it's
So
a
now
demand.
it's a demand and it can get hectic. Sometimes I have 2 events in one night. Sometimes, I may be booked over here and I'm used to being over there. So now the people that are used to seeing me here don't get to see me because I'm booked somewhere else and that
Yeah.
throws everything off. And now that messes with my routine. It messes with me. Because once that throws me off, I am it. I can't be thrown off. I have to know where I'm going. I need that structure. I identified that, I say 2 years in.
So how do you navigate now with those different things happening, because you're more so on demand now, than you were
Yeah.
2 years ago. And so how do you now flow with that, with changing your routine often?
I learned how to pivot. I don't have a how do you do that. I just pivot. Oh, this didn't work. Let me
Yes.
move to the left. All right,
Yes.
because I don't have time to try to figure. I can play with that later. Um, Something fell through. Something fell through. Pivot. Turn around. Let's do something different. I
Yeah.
don't have a lot of time to play and figure things out. That's for when I have more revenue. That's for when I have actual employees and I
Mhm.
could delegate. Since I don't have the luxury of delegating to anyone else, I pivot a lot.
And I think, since I know you personally, ma'am, I think that you've always been great at pivoting,
Mhm.
but I got excited about that word, because the 2023 word of the year for Stalk Your Destiny is polish. And so
Mhm.
the P stands for pivot and adjust. And so I think that's very important when we're going after our purpose or any type of structure in our lives too. You have to be able, you playing basketball, you got to be able to pivot. You playing football, you got to do the footwork. Life is a sport, and so life is going to happen whether we want it to go this way or that way or not. Things are going to come our way that we're not ready for. And so you've always been a person, no matter how tough it was. No matter, look, y'all, listen, don't let things hold you back. Don't let life's tragedies, life's upsets, or even life's amazing moments um freeze you. Don't let them freeze you. You've always been a person that has been able to pivot even through the very tough times. You might have a moment, and our moments can last a season, in real life, allow that space sometimes. Our moments can allow seasons, but I have watched you, since 2007, pick
Aw.
it up and go, pick it up and go. And you can get very disappointed or upset because of life, and you pick it up and go. Like, you're like, okay, well, this is the mess I have in my hand. These are my options on what to do about it. This is the direction I'm going in, and okay, I'm over it now,
Yeah.
and you may be still processing whatever the situation was, but you move on, you know,
Yeah.
you do adjust. And so I've got to witness you do those things. And so I think that that's amazing in your routine, because when people are going after their destiny, the reason that it's stalk your destiny is because we give up on that. You could have given up so many times on you, you
Oh,
know
girl, but I cannot.
Right. So tell us about that. Tell us why you have the tenacity to just keep going, the relentlessness.
It's just in me. First of all, I hate to be told what I can't do. That just purely upsets me. So because that upsets me, that is the motivation.
Mhm.
So there's that. And then I don't know. I just don't believe, like, you're not gonna make me believe that the lesser is what I deserve.
Right.
I just refuse. No, that's not real. I'm gonna get what I want. I'm gonna get what I want when I want to get what I want, but I'm gonna put the work in because if I want it, I'm going to work for it.
Right.
I've never been someone to say I'm gonna do this and then you don't see any action behind it. And people have to put in the work. They have to put the action behind it, or they're just talking.
Yeah. And I tell you often, and now we have to tell the world, I tell you often, and I tell people for myself. For myself, I say I never made a goal I didn't meet. You know, and so no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times I have to move my deadline, I never made a goal I didn't meet.
Right.
And so I tell you often, and the world doesn't know this, so y'all get to, just get to know her a little bit more, y'all. But you have everything I've ever heard you tell me that you were gonna do. You always did it. You always did it. And like I said, if you had to do it, grudgingly, with tears in your eyes, with frustrations, struggles, we overcome obstacles all the
And
time.
everybody goes through that, and everybody has that.
Yeah.
The thing is, everybody's not willing to say that because that pride is so big that we can't let nobody see us down. I don't believe in that. Whatever.
Mm-mm.
If you think you ain't gonna see me crying while I'm struggling and I'm mad, you got nothing coming. I'm a damsel in distress all day long. So if it's
That's
hard
but
for
I
me to
don't
do,
think I
I'm
don't think
going
the
to
world has
cry.
seen you do it though. I mean, you cry, but I think that only us close to you have seen that. I don't know if the world will see that side of you, but I do know me being close to you, I've seen it behind the scenes,
Mhm.
or whatever. Yeah, you're human, and that helps somebody else though.
Yeah.
Even saying it like I'm not gonna put on a facade like this is not hard.
Yeah, no, but a lot of people do. They pretend like
Hmm.
things are so easy when you know they're not. I
Yeah.
deal with in business, you deal with so many people that they won't tell you. It's like a secret sauce they think that there is. It's not a
Right.
secret sauce. You are the sauce. So
Exactly.
if I need basic information, it shouldn't take pulling teeth to get it, but you
Right.
feel away because you don't want nobody to know that you're not at that level. I don't have no problem telling you what I am and what I'm not
Yeah.
because I'm okay with me. So
Yeah.
maybe it's people need to be more comfortable with themselves. And once you're comfortable with yourself, then you're human enough to be able to just do what you need to do. Because trying to worry about what somebody else sees or how they view it doesn't matter. So
Say
maybe
that
that's
again.
maybe that's what it maybe it's just I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you see. Your perception doesn't mean anything because I said I'm gonna do this and this is exactly what's gonna happen.
And for the record, for the record, y'all, I've never, like I said, I've known you since 2007, and I have never, and this is important to y'all because what she's saying is powerful and it's impactful. But don't take her the wrong way because you can have that same mindset and think that you're doing so great and so awesome, and you have negative connotation behind it. I've never heard you have a goal that had anything to do with hurting anybody else or that would hurt anybody else. And that is important when you're going forward in your purpose and you face trials and all these different things. And I'm sorry I keep bringing that up, but it's important to overcome stuff. And like, I'm so proud of you. So that's why I keep
Oh,
saying,
thank
like,
you.
she overcame all these things, y'all. Life happens. But she never set out to hurt anybody. So for y'all that's out here, watching this or whatever, like, get your life together. Okay. And get your life together for you. Like, you deserve to live a happy life, a better life, a life where you are not seeking to have vengeance on other people or shit on them. What do you gain by shitting on somebody but a moment of really pure embarrassment because you took away the pride you could have for yourself and gave it to somebody else. Okay? So,
But that comes with worrying about yourself,
mhm.
knowing yourself, putting in the work. It is so easy to talk. It's it's work that go with that.
Mhm.
Some people talk that talk because they could back it up.
Right.
Deion Sanders talks that shit.
Yes,
He
let
can
him.
also back it
Let
up,
him.
okay?
Yes.
Right. That's what I believe in. I
Yeah.
don't believe in anything else. If I'm gonna put my mind to it, I'm going to do it. That's just what it is. So I don't know how to answer what makes me do it. I just do.
Yeah. It's
You
just
just gotta
me.
do it.
Yeah.
It just that's what it is. But as far as like people having malicious means and you'll never prosper with bullshit behind it.
Right.
You will never prosper with bullshit because whatever bullshit you putting out, you better know that the person you think you hurting, they're hip.
Right.
9 times out of 10, they're 2, 3 steps ahead of you. You gonna play yourself. Don't do it. It's not
Every
worth it.
time. Yeah.
It's not worth it.
And then as well too, you don't want to get to the point where you need somebody and then the person that you need or you aspire to be like or anything like that turns around and shits on you. And then you want to cry, woe is me. So don't be a victim. Don't be a Don't be a victim to your own life, your own bullshit, your own situations, your own choices. Don't be a victim. Sit for a second and make decisions that are for your benefit as well as for the benefit of whomever. It should be the world, y'all. I mean, maybe I'm a pageant girl and I really want to make the world a better place. Maybe that's what it is with me. I really want the world to be a better place, but you should always want to be a better you.
This is true. You
Yeah.
should wanna be a better you, but that goes with doing the work.
Right.
You know, a lot of people we're in a time where everyone wants to be heard, everyone wants to be understood. And, we talk about that all the time. The
Yeah.
need to be heard, the need to be understood, the need for someone to be able to feel where you're coming
Yeah.
from. That's great. But at the same time, do you sit back and think internally of the things and the decisions that you've made? And if you do you ever give yourself grace where there's necessary the need for grace? And do you hold yourself accountable when you need to hold yourself accountable?
Mhm.
We've been around one another enough to know we do the work.
Yeah.
When it's time to hold each other accountable, that's something that gets done.
Yeah.
If you can't be around people that can't hold you accountable, you're not looking for friends and you don't have friends.
Sure don't.
That's number 1. But you gotta be able to hold yourself accountable. You can't look for excuses and everything. That don't mean beat yourself up. That means be on notice so you can make better decisions next time. You
Yeah.
don't wanna hold on to a bunch of shit either. Acknowledge it for what it is and move on. Because when you hold on to a bunch of nonsense, it eats you alive. And guess what? Everything you worried about, those people are living. Nobody's tripping, and you the one sitting there holding on to the bullshit. Now, how you gonna get forward if you stuck?
Right. So get into the routine of pivoting and adjusting.
Yeah, and
You
that's
know,
what you gotta
play
do.
ball.
That's what you gotta do.
All right, y'all. This has been another episode of the Tea Time with Tara
Yay!
show where you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Ashanti, did you want to leave them with anything?
Well, if you wanna find me, okay, I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find me as GreenGirl_STL. I might have to change variations because I am in the cannabis industry, and what do we call it, hating? We call
Yeah.
it hating. But this bots, it's real. Keywords, I might have to switch up that variation. I am stoner. I'm the number one stoner chick in St. Louis. That is what it is. You
She's the
can
number one stoner chick in St. Louis.
It is what it
Okay. Green
is.
girl underscore STL.
Yes,
Okay.
and if you wanna send me an email, that is greengirlstl@yahoo.com. You can ask me questions. If you have anything that you wanna know regarding consumption, appropriate consumption, safe consumption, and if you just wanna know where, some hot spots are, or if you're trying to get with anybody else in the cannabis community, we're always working, we're always doing community work, and we're always having a good ass time with our events.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show today.
you for having me.
This has been another episode, you guys. I am Tara M. Williams. Until next time.